Welcome guys. Today I got top 10 best RPG games for Android and iOS devices. Most of the games on the list are similar to Dark Souls and God of War games. If you like Souls games or action RPG games, I recommend you to watch it till the end. So without further ado, let's kick it off. Number 10. Dark Raider. Dark Raider is a roguelike action RPG game with good pixel graphics. It's an action rogue that's centered around boss fights, which themselves have attack patterns and are very difficult to overcome, just like Dark Souls or any good roguelite we've seen lately. Learning their patterns and learning what weapons to deal with them is great fun. It's also got inter-run progression, which is simple enough to grind away at all the while still having fun and viably still trying to beat the boss of the level that's unlocked. Overall, it's a brilliant roguelite game for short or long gameplay. Number 9. Angel Sword 3D. Angel Sword 3D is an open-world action RPG game. The game offers a fully 3D open world, and you play as an angel summoned by a good mage to stop an evil mage. In terms of character customization, you can choose between a guardian angel or a demonic fallen angel and fully tailor your appearance. As you level up, you learn points that you can spend on whichever skills you like, leaning into a melee, magic, or missile build, or anything in between. The battle system is simple and only a little clumsy. Overall, it is old, but still good RPG game for mobile devices. Number 8. Animus Revenant. Animus Revenant is a Souls-like RPG game for mobile devices. The combat is about the same pace as Dark Souls, but the camera perspective is from above. Normal mobs are very weak, but the bosses are a lot more challenging and require the player to understand their patterns, so it is not uncommon to die a few times to a boss to learn their moves. Graphics looks good and animations are smooth. Overall, it is good top-down Soul-like game for mobile devices. If you fan of Dark Souls series, give it a try. Number 7. Dead Cells. Dead Cells is a roguelike action RPG game. You fight through hordes of weird enemies, both humanoid and otherwise, and have to overcome various bosses and hazards to make it to the final boss. Once you do, and if you can beat them, you'll unlock the next difficulty. Despite the state of the world, it's all incredibly pretty. The gorgeous pixel art makes for some genuinely lovely. The gameplay is still just a heady mix of both style and substance. The core loop is so much fun that you'll regularly find yourself cursing your phone's battery. Overall, Dead Cells on mobile is almost as good as it is on console and PC. This game is worth checking out. Number 6. Animus Standalone. Animus Standalone is an offline Souls-like RPG game for mobile devices. Animus is divided into several sections of levels that contain different enemies, bosses, and potential loot drops. Loot drops can come in the form of gear, weapons, currency, and materials. Gear can cause drastic changes to gameplay, as well as the look of your character. The combat of Animus feels heavy and impactful. It is a bit faster paced than the combat of Dark Souls, but it still scratches the same itch. The graphics of Animus are top-notch and thoroughly detailed. I highly recommend it. Number 5. Iron Blade. Iron Blade is a free-to-play action role-playing game. Iron Blade largely revolves around you fighting an arena full of soldiers, hacking and slashing until they're all dead, and you move on to the next set of sword fodder. Iron Blade has a lot of good ideas, solid combat, great graphics, and plenty of violence to keep action fans happy, but it falls short on a few fronts. Its targeting is serviceable, but a little too flimsy, flinging you between enemies when you really just need to focus in on one, and leveling up just never seems to make an impact. Overall, it's definitely worth a look if you're in the mood for a good hack and slash, but unless you're willing to grind, you might not find much enjoyment here. Number 4. Kingdom Quest II. Kingdom Quest II is an open-world fantasy RPG set in a fantastic realms. Although it features vast 3D worlds and dynamic and interactive action, Kingdom Quest II is resource-friendly, lower than 100 MB and works smoothly on phones and tablets. The game features, there are more than 120 quests you can complete, fight against more than 20 different enemies, and 3D graphics and gameplay offers an immersive fantasy open-world RPG experience. If you love open-world RPG games, you should absolutely try it. Number 3. Way of Retribution. Way of Retribution is a mobile RPG game without the autoplay. Progression is kind of fast at the beginning, but slopes hard at later stages. It would force you to grind for a long time or coop. The graphics looks good, but optimization of the game is not that good. Combat is responsive and fun, upgrading and leveling is intuitive, areas are huge. The bad side game is the enemy AI catches you, even if you're quiet. Overall, it's a good-looking and challenging Souls-like mobile game. Number 2. Blade of God. Blade of God is an indie hardcore 3D action mobile game. The gameplay style and design reminds a lot of God of War and Devil May Cry. The dialogue is fully voiced, the controls are smooth and responsive, and the graphics are amazing even on low. It's free to play for a bit, but then it puts a limit of 1 level per day that you need to pay to remove. If you like hack and slash games, I recommend this to you. Number 1. Pascal's Wager. Pascal's Wager is a third-person action RPG game with console-quality graphics and intricate combat engine. The game has 5 characters, each with their own weapons, level, and skill tree. They all play in a notably different way and have their own strengths and weaknesses. The game offers 20 hours of challenging gameplay without resorting to in-app purchases. Overall, Pascal's Wager is likely my favorite Souls-like that wasn't developed by From Software. It's got a decent amount of content, above-board level design, solid controls, and enjoyable gameplay. I can easily recommend to anyone who likes the subgenre. And because of its difficulty options, it's the first one I can recommend to pretty much anyone who enjoys action games. And there you have it, guys, top 10 best Souls-like role-playing games for mobile devices. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that like button to support to the channel, and if you're new here, why not subscribe to the channel? We put out new videos every single week and you don't want to miss out. I will see you the next time.